Hey there, today we're going to be looking at something Fifine has sent me, their K037B wireless lav and headset mic system. So let's get started. Jumping right in the box you'll find the transmitter, receiver, 1/4 inch to 3.5mm TRS adapter, headset mic, and lav mic, or Lavalier, Lapel mic, whatever you want to call it. Taking everything out of the box, you'll notice that the transmitter and receiver are very plasticky, so handle with a bit of care. But the bright side of using plastic is that they are very, very light. As for the mics, they are built better than the transmitter and receiver, and the adapter is fine too. Before you can start using it, you'll need batteries. Unfortunately though, the transmitter and receiver uses two different batteries. The transmitter uses AA, while the receiver uses AAA. I definitely would have preferred it if they both use the same type, so you don't have to manage two different batteries. Next is plugging everything in. With this kit though, you have two options for mic, so choose whichever suits your needs. But regardless of which mic you choose, they both connect to the transmitter by mini XLR. And because it uses mini XLR, this also means that if you have other sources that uses the same connector, you may be able to plug it into the transmitter too. Though do this at your own risk. As for the receiver, you can plug it in directly into a speaker, mixer, or audio recorder with its built-in 1/4 inch plug. Or if you want to use it with a camera, then you'll need to use the included 1/4 inch to 3.5mm TRS adapter. So basically, there's almost nothing that won't accept this receiver. After everything is plugged in, turn them both on and they connect automatically. Super easy and straightforward. If you want to change through the 20 frequencies, you'll just have to press the button on top of the transmitter and it will automatically change both the transmitter and the receiver. So once again, it's super duper easy. Once it's connected, it is advertised to work up to 80 feet or about 24 meters, presumably with the receiver's fragile antenna extended. I haven't had the situation to test the distance, but so far the connection has been fine for me, even around other wireless things such as a wireless router. Now, before I move on to sound quality and price, I would like to bring up a few other things that caught my attention or things I wish it had. First thing is the receiver doesn't have any mounting points. This probably won't be too big of an issue if you're plugging it directly into something. But if you're using it with an adapter, say a camera, then it's just going to be dangling around because there's no way to mount it. So definitely not ideal. Number 2, the lack of level control. There's no mic sensitivity level control, nor output level control. This could be a bit of an issue depending on the equipment used with this system. But in most cases, it still should be okay without it. Next is how the headset sits on your head. Maybe it's just my head, but somehow while it sits securely, it still doesn't feel right to me. Maybe you'll have a different experience with your head. Following that is the lav mic size. It is quite a bit larger than all the other lav mics I've used in the past. Probably not an issue in most situations, but maybe it's still worth noting for those rare occasions. Finally, the last thing I want to bring up is the LED indicator light on the receiver. When it's not connected, it's green. When it is connected, it's red. Like, I know it doesn't really affect the operation of the wireless mic set, but still. Like, come on. Anyways, with those things out of the way, let's move on to sound quality. Let's start with a headset mic. Once I position it into a decent spot, to my surprise, it actually sounds better than I expected. But instead of just me telling you about it, I'll just let you hear it for yourself. So right now, this is a headset mic plugged into the transmitter, transmitting to the receiver that's plugged into my A7R II camera. So this is how it sounds like. So that was the headset mic sample. And now let's move on to the lav. I found that the lav mic seems to be lacking a lot of the low frequency, but the clarity is actually there. So if you decide to EQ it in post, you can actually make it very usable. I'll first show you a sample without EQ, then one with EQ. So what you're hearing right now is the lav mic. If you're hearing any volume differences, it's probably because the distance is farther from my mouth and I didn't adjust the levels on the camera. So it was just a one-to-one mic swap comparison. So what you're hearing right now is the lav mic. If you're hearing any volume differences, it's probably because the distance is farther from my mouth and I didn't adjust the levels on the camera. So it was just a one-to-one mic swap comparison. So now that you've heard both mics, let's move on to the last part, the price and my conclusion. The Fifine K037B wireless mic system is listed about $35 US on Amazon.com and 53 Canadian on Amazon.ca. Honestly, I think that at this price it's actually pretty great. Obviously there are compromises, but I don't think the compromises are really major. Also, there are many mics out there that has no wireless system and cost more than this, and some don't even sound that much better. So the fact that you get a full wireless system at this price, it's actually pretty surprising. And because of that, I think that the Fifine K037B is definitely worth your consideration if you're looking for an affordable wireless mic system. If you liked the video, consider leaving a thumbs up. If you want more, consider subscribing if you haven't. And if you have anything else to say, leave in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.